Welcome to my F1 channel. Welcome to Peter on Pole. My name is Peter in pole position. Car launch time. The Mercedes W12 is out and let's talk about it. Well. Was it going to be black? Was it going to go back to silver? How about a bit of both? Well, majority black and then silver as you go towards the end of the car. I tell you what, man. Props to Mercedes. And I'll tell you why. Look, is it the prettiest looking car on the grid? Absolutely not. But what I do love about it is that they've actually tried to do something different. They've actually looked very, very different. Now, don't get me wrong. They could have just gone back to silver and that would have been different from last year. But it might have not been different from the years previous, like the 2019 or 18 car. This is different. And I do like the attempt. I like the risk that Mercedes have taken. Of course, that's one of the first things you see is that, you know, the black of the car fading into the silver at the rear end of the car. And then, of course, you've got all these AMG logos all over the gaff as well. And you know what? At first, I was like, huh? It was very confusing. But at the same time, I'm a bit like, do you know what? Okay, if it fades from black to silver, what color font can you use for this? Now, maybe you change the font color as you go along, but that might make it a bit more messy. The fact that they just stuck with white, I can understand their reasoning for it. Once again, it is something different. I am loving the boldness that Mercedes have come out with this year. And I don't know, maybe I'm reading too much into it, but when I see a team do certain things in a certain way, it says to me more about what their team is about as opposed to just the livery itself. This is telling me something about the race this season. This is going to tell me about the boldness of Mercedes this year. There could be something in here that we do not quite know just yet. And I'll tell you what, if Mercedes come and do something that seems a bit, or a bit strange, or a bit, whether it's brilliant, whether it's not brilliant, whatever it may be, this sort of seems to be the trend I feel like Mercedes are going through, is being more bold. I mean, last year, for goodness sake, they came out with a black car, there was no apologies. It was literally about the Black Lives Matter movement. Like, they came out boldly and came out with it, right? Which is a bold move from Mercedes because of, you know, whether it's political, whether it's going to ruin business or whatever it may be, whatever the situations are. I'm not here to talk about that. But the fact that they went with the boldness of what they did go last year, they kept the same livery almost this year. And I expected the silver one to be back. I kind of wanted it to be back just because I felt like that black livery in 2020 will forever remain in the memory. It will forever remain such a pivotal and such an impactful season, an impactful mission and movement, if you will, for that car. Whenever you look back at it, you may ask, why was that? You know, if kids may ask in time's time, you know, or just non-F1 fans might be asking, oh, a black car, what's that all about? But the fact that they could have the black car year on year out, it could fade away the meaning behind it, which, you know, is always going to happen when things are just repetitive and no action's actually being taken. But anyway, back to the car. I do think the car looks lovely. I was looking for the AMG. I was like, yo, is there any red one for like Niki Lauda or something? I don't know. I mean, red AMG would have been ridiculous, to be fair. But instead, they've gone with a star. And if you can see it, it's just underneath the Ineos red logo, above the driver, if you will. And there's like a small one over there, a small little red star for Niki, which is a great touch. Speaking of Ineos and the red color, the burgundy color that surrounds it, or the maroon, I'm not quite sure what color that is. But anyway, the Ineos red, let's call it, it's actually quite a lot of it everywhere, isn't there? That big bold one at the top, and then you've got it also on the front wing, you've got it on the rear wing as well, on the inside. I'm actually quite happy to see. And as well, the turquoise is now a bit more accent, if that makes sense. Like, you know, the fact that, first of all, it's on the halo, which is major. I am a big fan of this. But also just, I don't know what it is this year. I feel like there's more turquoise, but it looks more bolder. It looks more apparent. Last year, when I think of last year's car, I literally just think of a black car, like full stop, with a few stars at the back and everything else. But this year, it's a bit of, I'm loving the mix. Like, it's a bit of black, there's silver, there's red, there's turquoise. You've got 4 predominant colors there. So I'm not mad. Guys, I'm not going to lie, I'm not mad about this. I do think it's bold. I do think it's wild. I do think it's a crazy move, but sometimes be crazy. By the way, the numbers on the car. So the driver's numbers are just an outline now. Oh, oh, I saw that. I said, oh, dangerous. I looked at it, I said dangerous, because I was in two minds. People are not going to like this. But at the same time, it was, again, just, look, the statement they brought out with this livery is bold. You know, we're going to be bold. We're going to be, whether it's an innovative thing is another matter. But, you know, you just look at what we've just named so far in this video, and now the outlining of the numbers. So the numbers might not be seen as clear, which is the only shame. On the rear end, you've got the red, sort of the Ineos red outline I've seen on Valtteri Bottas's car, and then on Lewis Hamilton's car, I've seen on the nose end where the number would be. It's just an outline. I think it's in silver. I want to say white, but I think it's in silver. It could be white. I'm not sure. But yeah, it's just the outline numbers. So that will be hard to see on track. But then again, you know, you've got the color, the different color. I forgot what that thing's called, where one's yellow, the other one's black. You can tell driver one, driver two. So that shouldn't be such a problem anyway. But mate, guys, I'm here to say that this is a bold move from Mercedes, and I am not mad about it at all. I am actually here to say, oh, let's throw this amongst the pigeons. Let's see what's going on here, you know? So I'm a fan, you know, when you consider we've had a Red Bull launch where we've complained about it being the same. We've had a McLaren launch, which again, the same. Alfa Romeo, you know, spun us a little bit there. They kind of threw levels on top of each other and mixed it around a little bit. The AlphaTauri's been brilliant. The Mercedes is actually new. It feels new, if that makes sense. That's, I think, why I like the boldness of it. I like something fresh, something new. And the Mercedes logo, by the way, yeah, on the front, on the nose of the car, because the nose rounds off at the bottom, it makes the Mercedes logo look like it was destined to be there. And I'm not sure of any other circle, maybe the Alfa Romeo, any other circle logos where that would have just sat nicely at the bottom there. That just looked amazing, and I thought, yeah, this is just, it just looks lovely. So yeah, overall, I am a fan. I'm a fan of the fact that it's just different. It's something bold. It's something new. Comment below. Let me know your thoughts about this one, because I know this is going to stir up some controversy, like it did last year. Let me know what you think. I mean, they've tried. They've had a go. And I'm assuming next year they're going to tidy it up a little bit. There are a few things which seem a bit crazy. And everybody's talking about AMG. Now, look, this was probably Mercedes' point. You know, everyone was on about, right, what's with all these AMGs everywhere. Da, da. But Twitter, what was trending, you know, AMG was up there trending. So Mercedes did their job. You know, they want to get that model, that make out there. They want to get that type of car and branding out there. So they've done their job. At the end of the day, maybe they've looked at the stars and they just thought, well, what's the meaning of the stars? You know, why do we need to have the Mercedes logo without the ring all the way at the back of the car? Maybe it doesn't really amount to much. This is opportunity for some form of branding from themselves. And so, again, I'm not mad. From a business standpoint, it makes perfect sense. It's something very different. I'm not mad about it at all. Comment below. Let me know what you guys think about this Mercedes. I can't wait to hear. If you like the video, please. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please do yourself a favor and click that red button below. And yeah, until next time, lights out.